Hi, I'm Debbie Hartner. I'm Elsie Johnson, and we are two sisters, Southern Cooking. Hey guys, it's Debbie. I'm in Warner Robins today, and today is Wednesday, the week before Thanksgiving, and I am going to be making an apple blackberry pie. Now, tomorrow we're going to be having our Thanksgiving feast for the Thanksgiving mini-series. So, I've already put in my cornstarch, my nutmeg, and a little extra cinnamon in here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brown sugar, which I have a half a cup of, put it in there. I'm just going to kind of stir this together to get it a nice mixed combined consistency, and then we're going to put in our apples. Now I have 4 cups of apples here, and I just chopped them up yesterday, put them in the freezer, and I put them out to thaw a little bit. I don't want them to thaw too much, just enough though, because I don't want them to be soggy. So tomorrow we're going to be baking a hen, doing homemade dressing, bread dressing, and we're going to be doing a candied yam recipe with, we're going to bake a candied yam for casserole. And we're also going to be doing a broccoli, cheese, and rice casserole in place of the green bean casserole. And we're going to be doing a pumpkin pie, and we're going to be doing an apple pie with a cheddar crust. Don't tell the boys. They don't know. So it's a big surprise for them. They're not going to know until they eat it. And then it's going to be yummy, and then they can't say no. So, I have a hack for you guys. I shop at Walmart, I shop at Publix, I shop at Kroger, wherever I can get a good deal. So, this is similar. This is a generic for the Pillsbury pie crust, the ones that you can roll out. They come in this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray my pan, and then I'm going to put my crust in here, and then I'm going to mix my ingredients together, let it sit for 15 minutes. So all of them juices that are in the apples and in the blackberries will be absorbed by the cornstarch, and that way it'll give it a little bit of substance when it gets put into the pan, and then we bake it. We're going to bake it at 375. And I will give you, in the recipe time, I will give you the time that it is for it to bake. So that is pretty smooth right there. Just kind of like smashed out all the little chunks of cornstarch in here because I want it to be like a smoother consistency. I don't want like chunks in here. Now you can use clear gel, and you can use the tapioca flour in place of the cornstarch, or you can use flour. Now you have to have a conversion chart to be able to know how much to put in. I put in 4.5 teaspoons of cornstarch in here. So that means that you're going to have to look at a conversion chart to see what you can use in order to thicken up your juices inside of your pie, so your pie just doesn't crumble and be a big juicy mess. And it stands up and looks pretty for you, and it tastes good too. You need to make sure that whatever you're using has no taste, because you don't want it to overpower the taste of what you're putting in your ingredient for your pie filling. Now there's also some, I got something at Walmart. I'm going to show you that. I got this too, the Unflavored Gelatin. Now you can use this as well, and you can use this for anything that you need to thicken up. But it does require you to like mix it and heat it up with water and stuff like that to be able to get a consistency on that, to be able to put inside of your cheesecake, your fruit pies, whatever. But you can use this as well. So, look at my bruise. I went today to get blood drawn from the doctor, and I think she got me good. I'm on Coumadin, so I have to have my blood checked regularly. So, but such is life. Just grateful for the good days. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put in my blackberries and kind of like give them a little toss, a little coat. And then I'm gonna put in my apples, because if you put in both of them at the same time, it might be a little overwhelming. So I'll show you this. So this has got a good coat on it here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in my apples. Now this is 4 cups of apples, so there is plenty of apples going to be in this pie. So this is what I'm gonna do. Because these are kind of a shallow bowl, I'm just going to take it, put it in another bowl, and just kind of like mix it around so everything is like mixed together. I don't want to smash up the blackberries too much because they are kind of tender and fragile. But there you go. So we'll be back when I spray my pan and get them ready to get into the oven. So while I'm waiting for my ingredients to sit and kind of thicken up a little bit, I unrolled my pie crust. And you can use the Pillsbury one. You can use the generic one like I did. It's like a couple dollars cheaper. So, and tastes the same, irregardless. So what I'm doing is going to go around, just kind of like get my pie dough in here, just kind of like get it ready, get it mashed up on the sides. Now, you're going to need to make a little, tiny little holes in the bottom of this. I'm just going to put a little bit in here to let the air out so it vents, because you don't want that to like get air under there, and then what it does is it lifts up on your pie crust and it won't sit right, and you'll get like bubbles underneath your filling. So you don't want that. So you want an escape route, so basically. So anyways, this is actually probably for a 9-inch pie crust, but it is a 10-inch pan, so but I made it work. So what I'm going to do now is get ready to roll out my lattice. Now you have to be a little conservative with this because you don't have extra dough in here, so you have to make it work. So I'm going to put a little bit of flour down on my surface, and I think I'm actually going to roll it out a little bit with my pin, a rolling pin, and see if we can, just going to roll out, just put a little bit here so it doesn't stick. And I got this new rolling pin, got to show it to you. For people like me who have like a little bit of arthritis starting in your hands, it's always a good idea to get something that's a little more comfortable for your hands, and this is more comfortable for me. I got it on Amazon for like, it was like $5-10. So I'm gonna roll it out a little bit here so I get a little bit more real estate when I go to cut it. So it has a little more out of it than what you would if you just stuck it on there. Now make sure that when you're doing your pie filling that you put something underneath it to catch the drippings, because otherwise that can really like gunk up your oven and really make a big mess. So you can always put a little tray underneath your pie pan so your pie drippings won't drip down and it doesn't stink, and it, because it does, it starts to smell. But look at this, isn't this the coolest thing? And it's good for my hands because I don't have those little knobs, I can just take my hands and roll it out like this here. As a matter of fact, I had somebody write me the other day and ask me about that, and if I had any suggestions about rolling out. And this is the thing that I recommend. It's lightweight. It probably lays a lot less than the regular rolling pin, and not only that, it's easier on your hands. You don't have to hold it like this. You just take it and roll it out like this here, and it's so much easier. Okay, the other thing that I recommend everybody have is a bench scraper. This here is so much easier to cut. Unless you have like a pizza cutter, you can use that as well. And I'm just cutting my dough. And that way I don't have to worry about it being even, because this is pretty even. So I'm going to cut it in smaller pieces to make my lattice. You could do it whatever you want. You can just put the pie crust right on top of the pie, never cut anything. Doesn't have to be even, doesn't have to be pretty. Just has to be, you have to have enough to be able to cover it. And of course, I always put a little bit of sugar on the top of it after we're done. I don't have any of the pure cane sugar like Elsie has. So I just use granulated, and that does its job as well. Okay, so it looks like, and I'm going to show you how to weave too. Make a little cleft. Okay guys, we're back, and it's been 15 minutes and it's set up. It's nice and thick now. I'm going to just go ahead and kind of like try to get the apples mixed in a little bit better. I don't want to smash the blackberries, but that's how it looks. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead and pour it in to our pie pan. Doesn't that look good? We just want to give you guys some ideas to have for your Thanksgiving dinner, because so many people have had tried and true recipes, and then some people are just still searching for the right recipe for the right dressing. And we have our own dressing that our mother made many years ago, and that we are used to that. But we also like to try other things, and we like dressing with sage in it, even though Mom's bread dressing does not have sage in it. So we are willing to try lots of things, and this looks so good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start laying the lattice on, and I'm actually going to join it right here, and I'm going to fold this back because I want to lay this down here. So this goes like this. So you're going to kind of roll back and forth and fold it. So it'll be like this and down. This is the way it's going to go all the way across. So what we'll do is we'll continue to weave these, and so go back. And we'll put one, probably a smaller one. Maybe put a little smaller one on here, so I don't want it to be short. So there, that's the first set of how we do this. So we go ahead and take our second one, go ahead and pull this back, and This goes back over top. This comes up. Oops. So get it across there. So you kind of get the idea. So you're kind of just like basket weaving it here. Hey guys, it's Debbie. So I maxed out the amount of footage I had on my GoPro, so I went to my phone. So I wanted you to see this before I put it in the oven. So I have it on a pan so it catches all the juice drippings and so it don't make a mess out of my stove. So I went ahead and took 1 egg. For the liquid, I put in a 1/4 cup of milk, and then I give it a good bath on top. Nice egg wash, and then I put granulated sugar on top. Now I don't have the pure cane sugar like Elsie has, so therefore I use the granulated sugar. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is the side here, and that is the top. I'm going to put it in the oven at 375 for 50 minutes or until the juices are bubbling, and then I'll take it out and I'll show you guys what it looks like. All right, this is the right after I put it in the oven, so I will give you updates as we go. Guys, this is the final product of the blackberry apple pie. Oh, does it smell good? I cannot wait to try this pie. You're supposed to let it sit for about 3 hours after so it sets up, has time to cool down, and you know, all the juices get solidified. So, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Elsie.
And I'm Debbie. We're two sisters Southern cooking.
And we thank you for visiting our page. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.